a house divided topic.
House divided topic
is you actually brought this up to me.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
Yeah, I've been trying to like keep track here and there.
Happy.
It's just hard to keep track because like there's so many games going on at once. It's like, where do you go?
Yeah, but I'm getting there. Torpedo bats.
Yeah, I think
it's been a big topic of conversation.
Is it cheating?
Is it cheating? And you're not a fan.
I say just the simple fact it's attached to the Yankees is that it's cheating. My
you had two players on the Dodgers.
Folks, that's all the time we have today.
You had I actually, this isn't going to be much of a segment because I'm down to just hate on the Yankees.
Yeah.
If that's the argument, I actually agree with you. No, so it's technically by the rules, obviously legal.
Yeah.
You had two Dodgers that were using him yesterday. You had the Cubs that were using him yesterday, and funnily enough, everyone is absolutely crushing the baseball with these things.
Right,
and you are of the mind you don't like it, which is surprising
because you take away
me.
from the pureness of a game. And I'm not a huge baseball guy, and but I know that. So I'm going to use the NFL as an example. I know that when they started coming down on what is it called? It's not targeting. That's college. Hitting a defenseless receiver. Or something like that. But I know when that started happening and the ticky-tacky PIs and all of that stuff started happening, right? What you're doing is you're bailing out offense for what? To put more money in the owner's pocket because people want to see they want to see offense.
This is such a crazy take from you because you're a brand new baseball fan, and I feel like the thing that keeps a lot of people away.
I've been watching this, right, where it's just what you're essentially doing is you're rewarding bad mechanics because you've changed the bat, right, and so now because I don't hit it correctly, I can still hit it correctly, and so what does that also do for your development in other younger areas of baseball? Right? Do they start using these bats? You know what I mean? And then it just for me, these type of things ruin games, right?
I mean, so in my mind, baseball has a problem with being stuffy and taking forever to adopt new technology, new stuff that improves the game. I think from my perspective, you have something where everyone's has access to the same technology. There's no competitive advantage from a standpoint of it only works for certain players or certain teams or certain climates. The physics is the physics. It's your exit velocity, your sweet spot is improved. You're able to hit the ball further, more consistent, and you could see that with the Yankees just absolutely dummying the Brewers with I think it was 9 home runs, 20 run game, just an absolute beating. My thing is what people like to see in sports, what has increased NHL viewership at least, is the fact that scoring is up. You have all these superstars, scoring is up. And I think for baseball, people don't want to watch a 2-1 pitching duel showdown. I will watch that. And in fact, I have to watch that because I'm a fan of the Seattle Mariners.
Oh my God, we're not doing this.
And so
no, stop it.
You're asking me to argue against something that could potentially help my team score more than 2 runs in a game, Brian. That's very difficult for me to do.
Dude,
my poor team needs all the help they can get.
It's greed. It doesn't have anything to, it's just, I don't know. I like professional sports for the competition, right? It's a competitive, I don't have a hand up against you. It's my athleticism and my knowledge of the game versus yours, right?
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, but I feel like this flies in the face of your argument last week when we had the NFL dome versus not dome. You said it needs to they need to be doing the most competitive thing possible, and now you're kind of arguing against it. Where I'm saying
because it's not the most competitive thing out there when you're not in a dome, because there's so many factors taking away from you now have a hand up, offense has a hand up, defense has a hand up. So
you're just a defense guy. This comes down to you being an old school Raiders fan where you just want to see defense reign supreme.
It's just I want to see competition, man. I don't want to see somebody just do whatever they want. I don't want to see a 20-run game. I don't want to see that. I want to see we're going into the 8th, and like I don't also want to see a 2-run game, but it's like 4-5 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's some offense. Like I'm in the middle, right? Like, but I want to see a competition. If it's just like I already have the hitters and now I've given them an advantage, like that's stupid.
I can understand where you're coming from in that you want to watch a baseball game and not a Mario Super Sluggers game where there's double-digit runs every single game. But I think that, watching baseball games in person, there is nothing, in my mind, there's nothing like the pop of a home run. Bottom of the 9th, walk-off home run, 40,000 people.
Walk-off. What you're talking about is a walk-off home run. You're not talking about just an offense running away because they have... And I think that pitchers will be able to adjust, but it's going to take time, and there's going to be just like this gap of like just insane run games, and I'm just not for it.
I guess my take is I'm fine with the gap while everyone adjusts. I think pitchers will adjust, and I also think that as more people adopt the technology, if the MLB allows us to continue,
they did.
Which as of now they've
already come out and said
right. So I think if everyone's going to adopt this, pitchers are going to adjust. Hitters are going to adopt this. It's going to even back out. And if the end result of that is we still have close games, but there's just a little more scoring, you get more of those pops, I'm in favor of baseball being a more exciting game. If it was something
like that, but I also just can't get behind rewarding bad mechanics.
You just hate the Yankees.
No. I mean, there's other teams using it, and I just don't think it's appropriate to like reward bad mechanics. It's the same thing, dude. Like this is the only time I will say this, but I stand with Tom Brady when he's like, we are rewarding bad quarterback play, right? Like he would never, when he's playing Ray Lewis, dude, he's not throwing you over the middle because that receiver's out for 6 weeks after that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But now you can do that because it's like, if I come in too hard, then that's an additional 15 yards.
I think we're actually closer on this topic. What I think at the end of the day, what we want is close baseball games and good competition and not blowouts every night. Because I will agree with you, blowouts are not fun. I think my take is I'm always going to be in favor of more fun in sports.
Yeah, but I think there's other ways to do that, right? Like development. You know what I mean? Like how about we just increase our development portion of our team? I feel like teams in the professional
baseball is already easy.
Exactly, but I feel like teams in professional sports have gotten lazy when it comes to player development. And that's all across the board. I mean, the Lakers are the king at not developing players and just being like, yeah, we'll draft you and then we're going to ship you out for an all-star. And that's like their road to success. You know what I mean? And like teams just all the time, like you see it in NFL where it's like, oh yeah, this guy's like this highly scouted talent. And then it's like, oh, I don't want to develop you after 2 years. So
I'm not disagreeing with everything you're saying. I just think that's
right.
I just think that's an insane uncle take from someone in their first year of watching baseball for the entire season.
No, because I'm a sports fan and I know that like at the end of the day, real true sports fans, not just like fans like me that are like, I'm on the Dodgers now because we're doing this podcast, right? Like if I was a real baseball fan, I feel like I should be like,
so you're not a real baseball fan.
I mean, I'm not, I don't feel that I'm a real baseball fan yet.
You got to earn your stripes.
I got to earn my stripes. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to have fun and scream about the Dodgers all the time, but that's neither here nor there. But I just feel like I said, I had the same similar feelings with when all those rule changes came out and you seen it where it was just like for a whole season, all the offense had to do in the NFL was just throw Edit that. They had to throw like a 50-yard bomb and just know that they were going to get a penalty on the play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Draw a personal foul.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, just you're taking away from the pureness of a game when you reward bad mechanics.
And there's a lot of takes around this. I think.
Like, what about
we're going to come to a different place, and the arguments are going to be a little more fleshed out by the end of the year as we see teams adjust to this.
And I think this has to do more with like the idol that I had in professional sports was Kobe, where it's just like, no, I'm not the greatest. You know who is the greatest? Michael Jordan. So I'm going to work my tail off every day to become that, right? Mm-hmm. And like it's like to me, you're so like fortunate to be in that realm. Like you should have that approach. You know what I mean? Like. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game that you love. There's people that would chop their toe off for a chance at that.
Just their toe, huh?
I mean, probably more than that, dude. You know? So I don't know. I just want to see more of a emphasis on player development, not just like, oh, we're going to bail them out so that we can get more ratings and then the owners essentially can get more money.
Bryan Fields, anti-science, anti-physics. Strong take.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
That's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
Unless you have something else.
Yeah, I just want to say, Golden State Warriors, you're going down.
Okay.
Just know that.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
They just beat the Rockets. It don't matter. It could be the Rockets. It could be Pockets. Lakers in 5.
Do you care to put anything on that? Because I will take that bet in a heartbeat.
We do not promote gambling
Gamble responsibly. No,
please,
we don't.
If you need help with gambling,
please
come talk to our case manager.
Okay, but off the air though, I will wager a lot of money against you that the Lakers do not beat the Warriors. I am a Warriors stan right now,
dude.
But
wow,
we'll see.
Look at this guy. I thought you were a Denver fan.
I don't know because I love Steph. So